Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Seaview Crab Company Fish Notes. We got a lot to go over, so I'm going to get into the nitty gritty. Got a busy weekend, lots of great fish, and a lot of things to go over. So without further ado, here we are. Okay, Father's Day this Sunday, so be aware. Make sure you let dads know Happy Father's Day. It looks like our weather's another hot weekend, lots of thunderstorms, partly sunny, partly cloudy. We highlighted our sea scallops, dry pack sea scallops, our NC grouper, and fresh NC crab meat this week in the email. If you guys are not watching the email or don't get the email, let me know or sign up for it because that's an important part of the equation of our marketing. And I want everyone to know that they know what we get. No price changes this week. The one special we have is buy a pound of filet and get snow crab legs for $8.99 a pound. Moving on to crustacean notes. Crabbing has slowed way down. Next week is going to be slow. Maybe, hopefully by the July 4th we'll be back up again, but it's just the natural cycle of crabs. We're going to be tight. Our demand is going to exceed supply, so be aware of that. We'll buy crabs when and where we can. Jeff Proch will bring some on Sunday, and we're crabbing every day. Live lobster status quo, $14.99 a pound. Crawfish season is winding down. Maybe have another week or two at it. There's 2 bags total inventory for Wilmington this week. One at the beach, one at downtown. No soft crabs this week. Shellfish notes, pretty much status quo on clams. Should be good on both sizes, but both Beaufort cultured single status quo. We do have more Virginia oysters coming in on Saturday, and we have live mussels this week, so status quo on those. Shrimp notes. Okay, this is a little gap. Usually every year around the mid and end of June, depending on how the season is, we have a gap in fresh shrimp. We have that this week. South Carolina shrimp have fallen way off, almost totally. Got nobody reporting any shrimp down that way. NC shrimp, the Cape Fear River shut down. Most of the waterway around here is all shut down because the shrimp are too small. The DMF shut it down, so we can't get any real local here. And in the Pamlico Sound, they're small and we're really limited this week, so we couldn't get any on our trip up the road Wednesday or Thursday. All of our shrimpers and suppliers know we're on the lookout, so if I get any chance to buy any fresh, we'll definitely put it to the stores this weekend. But going into that, we're going to run Gulf 1620s at both stores, 2630 Farm Tails, $11.99 both stores. I think we have a 2125 at the beach, in which case we can go up $1 a pound on those if they're bigger, to $12.99. 3640s, $9.99 both stores. We have a little bit of scratch and dent left at CB. We're going to run at $4.99. 8100 frozen, $6.99 heads on at the beach. And then Marsteller, you can, for your heads on, run the 3040s at $9.99 and the 7080s at $7.99. And I'll keep everyone in loop if fresh shrimp becomes available. Moving on to fish notes, we've got plenty of fresh grouper, mahi, tuna, king mackerel, all farmed hybrid striped bass, all from NC. I've got 100 pounds of Popeye mullet. I believe some black tip sharp, more mahi and tuna coming on Saturday that I'll bring to the store. We also have, the plan is just keep the tuna, grouper, mahi going. We have plenty of Canadian salmon, flounder, tilapia, and catfish. So keep the counter rolling on this weekend. And at the discretion of, I'd say I wouldn't do this at Marsteller, but I would do it at the beach to cut king mackerel steaks a few at a time for $8.99 a pound. So that's pretty much the fish notes, the crucial seafood information this week. So I'm going to go on to some company notes. So we got some new teammates. If you guys that are working at the CB store, if you haven't met Morgan and Sarah, you guys introduce yourself. They bring a really unique, fresh background to the fish market, and they've already brought a lot of good energy and a lot of good pieces to the puzzle. So we're excited to bring them on and see how they bring the team closer together. I'm working on a new schedule. I'll have out maybe by the end of the day, certainly by tomorrow, that I'll text everyone a link or a picture to your phones when I'm finished. One thing to know, from here on out, I'm going to bring white towels and blue towels to both stores, but y'all are responsible if you're working point guard to have a white towel on. If you're working forward, you're working a blue towel. Everyone's got to wear a towel. That's how we're going to help designate positions that are going to be important for our strategy moving forward, even more so than it's been. So keep in mind, managers, day captains, make sure everybody knows they got to have a white towel if they're forward, blue towel, put it on your belt loop, put it some way so it's attached to your loop or to your pants pocket or something. Anyway, okay, so moving on to more, I want to talk more about this strategy. as I'm making a few changes, not really changes, but re-emphasizing things that may have, the pattern may have kind of gone by the wayside. So I'm just going to get a full screen here. Talk a little bit about our team strategy. So we are eliminating the Dock Blaster. The Dock Blaster is no longer. We will only have forwards and point guards from here on out. That means we have to work as a team to accomplish daily side work. There's no longer be Dock Blaster task and forward task. It's going to be everyone's got a task. We got to share in it, make sure it all gets done. All new staff members start contributing to retail teamwork from day one. So if you start as a point guard like Morgan and Sarah, they start at the register and learning the register, and then they learn to fill, fluff, and upkeep displays and learn customer service as they progress. Forwards are going to start as retail gophers, cleaners, display fillers, and they are actively managed by the day captain, forwards, or managers until they learn to prioritize as forward on their own. So that's pretty self-explanatory. But like I said, no more Dock Blasters. If they start, they're starting as point guards or forwards. Okay, next part of the strategy. So this is how these, we've talked about this for a while, and I know everyone has their different ideas of what should happen with these positions. We're trying to work on it, make it more defined as we go. But as it stands now, the main things to know is that point guards need to stay inside the retail, ready for customers, unless directed by a day captain. No getting ice baskets, crab refilling from outside, etc. You have to be ready for customers. Unless you're directed by a day captain in rare scenarios to go outside. You should also let forwards get your mud minnows unless no one else is in the store coming in. This is the big thing. I want y'all to think about these, especially during the weekends, that our teamwork is like a strategy. So during rushes, the team slinky compacts, and point guards do less customer service and more work on the register, work as a team at the register and as bag packers to get people out the door as quickly as possible, and forwards start working customers to the register as effectively as possible. That means forwards have to use some sort of note to describe how much pounds whole fish are. Give your bag packers or your point guard working the register notes so they know what is what to ring people up for. And then when rushes get through, once we've worked a line down, then the slinky expands again, and the point guards go back. They're recharging and refreshing shrimp displays, fillet displays, shellfish cases. They're making pre-bags, wiping down checkout counters, getting ready for the next rush. And forwards, they slinky back even further, and they're going outside and getting stuff for the retail. So they're getting backup shrimp for the sink. They're getting backup crabs for carts. They're getting backup shellfish for the shellfish display, and they're resetting whole fish and crab displays, and then dry mopping, etc. When this new schedule comes out, we're going to have day captains for every day of the week, and the day captains need to be helping out, prioritizing and helping with communication between point guards and forwards. So they can function as both. If they need to work as a point guard, they can. If they need to work as a forward, they can. But they're making sure that the strategy is working and that people are effectively communicating. So more on that next week. We're going to work hard at it and get better at it. And get better at our strategy, but I appreciate everyone's hard work. Looking forward to a great weekend, so I'm going to leave y'all with a little more Bad Religion. If y'all don't know what Bad Religion is, you need to go back to the 80s and find good punk rock. In the midst, here's a great quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson.